Hi there. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my experience with my new GoPro Hero 5. Uh, my family and I recently went down to Cancun and I bought a GoPro just before we left. It's my first GoPro, and so I'd had a new experience for me. I thought I'd just get it and then take off and go try it out down there. Loved the footage that it provided, like the beach footage, underwater footage was great. Above water footage was great. But there was one little issue that I thought I would share with everybody. So when I was down there, we went scuba diving, and I purposely went on a dive that was a pretty shallow dive. It was 32 feet, which is just under the 33-foot limit of the GoPro out of the box. I know you can get a case for it, underwater diving case, that allows you to go down to about 200 feet, but I didn't have that. I just had the GoPro unit itself. So I thought I would test it out underwater and on a dive and see how good the picture quality was, the sound, and also double check that it was really waterproof. So we went out and went scuba diving that day, and I turned the unit on as I jumped out of the boat. Started recording, and as I went down, everything was fine, everything looked good. But when I got down to about 25 feet, I tried to turn the recording off, and the button felt it didn't feel normal. Normally, there's an audible click where you can hear it and you can feel it when you turn it on or turn it off, or you hit that button. The buttons down at 25 feet weren't working. They felt like they were already pushed in, and I couldn't push them in any further. So at this point, I'm freaking out a little bit, thinking, oh, damn it, I broke the damn thing on my first day. So I ascended a little bit and went up to about 10 or 15 feet, and then the buttons were working again. And what I found was when I went below about 15 feet, the pressure was pushing the buttons in for me so that I couldn't push them in any further. And so in other words, it wasn't working. Obviously, the voice commands don't work underwater, and the touchscreen didn't work underwater. But the buttons did, but they only worked above about 15 feet of depth. As I was coming up from one of these sessions, I actually had my finger over the button, and I felt it pop out under my finger. And then it would work again. And then as I went down below 15 feet, it popped down so that I couldn't control it. So I got by. I ended up, having to go above 15 feet. I'd hit the button, and then I'd go down and record a bunch of stuff, and then I'd have to go back up to 15 feet again to turn it off. So it was a pain in the butt, but I managed. I didn't have much choice while I was underwater. But it was interesting. I thought it would work up to 33 feet normally, and it does not. So the long and the short of it is, this camera, obviously, it's great out of water. The picture quality is fantastic. There's lots of great features to it. I won't get into all of them here. And it's also great for, around the pool, underwater, above water. Obviously, it's waterproof. And even for things like, snorkeling, it would be fantastic, because you're never going that deep with snorkeling. But if you're scuba diving, most people scuba dive below 15 feet. So, it's doable, but it's a huge pain in the butt having to hit the record button at a shallow depth, go down and record some stuff, and then come back up to turn it off. If you're a scuba diver, or if you want to be using it for diving, I would highly recommend getting the diver's case. The diver's case is extra; it doesn't come with it. But man, if you're doing that a lot, it'll save you a lot of frustration. That's what I want to tell everybody. It's a great unit, and for most stuff, it's great. But below about, they say 33 feet, it may be 33 feet as far as it won't break, but it doesn't really function very well below 15 feet. Above 15 feet, no problem. Below 15 feet, problem. You have to hit record, as I mentioned before, and then go down each time. So anyways, I hope you found that useful and interesting. I'll be going out and buying a diving case before I go back down to any kind of depth, and I'll maybe try and do a review of that when I do it as well. Anyway, take care.